Woo! Let's go, family. Happy, blessed, and amazing Monday. It's your boy Crazy Faith the God in the building. Getting ready to drop some good value for you guys today, right? Let's dive straight into it. I hope everybody's having a blessed and amazing day, right? Welcome to the channel, right? And today's topic is actually gonna be, remembering when you was broke, right? Remembering when you was broke, when you didn't have, a couple dollars to your name, right? Remembering when you wanted to go do things with your friends and you didn't have a couple dollars to your name. Remembering when you was broke and you was trying to get into that apartment but you had no money to get you into that apartment, right? We always want to humble ourselves, right? Because it, God forbid, it could happen again, right? And we got to be mindful to know that God has blessed us with a job that we're able to keep pushing forward, right? And see the results that we want, right? And it's another thing too. When I don't feel like working, when I don't feel like putting in the grind, and I don't feel like putting in the work, I always remind myself of the times where I was broke, where I didn't have a penny to my name, where the point where, I wanted to go, grab something to eat and I didn't have money, right? And, from time to time, we all experience these situations, right? And it's just to keep us hungry, it's to humble us, keep us hungry, and to always be striving for more, right? So sometimes, when we at work, right, you feel like you don't want to do it, you feel like you don't want to push through the day, you feel tired, you feel fatigued. And what helps me to actually keep going is remember those hard times where, I didn't have money, right? I could barely pay my rent or didn't have money to eat. And that fuels me. That makes me work so much harder, right? So I encourage you guys, right? Anytime that you're experiencing any type of fatigue at work, or you just don't feel like working because you're tired, or you're just like overwhelmed by the task, or someone's getting on your nerves, right? I just want to encourage you guys, remember those hard times when you didn't have nothing, that you needed a dollar, right? That you needed to go to the store and grab you something, right? It was times where you wanted to go out with your friends and you didn't have the money, right? It was one time you wanted to take your girl out, or your boyfriend out, or your girlfriend out, and you didn't have the money. Remember those times and let that fuel you to keep grinding harder, right? Let that fuel you to keep grinding harder. Because I was checking, like I was like, working one day, and I'm like, why I don't feel like working? Why? Well, what is it? Is it me? Is it the environment? And it just comes to find out, like, I was just being tired. I was just lazy. I was like, running on fatigue. And I'm like, nah, like, it's something within me that could push me. And I was thinking, and I just, like, God brought me back to those times where, I was broke. I didn't have a dollar to my name. I couldn't eat. I had to ask other people to send me money. So I let those times fuel me. And that gets me so much energy back into what I'm doing. And I'm actually able to give gratitude for my job, right? I'm actually able to give gratitude for my job that God has placed me, and it switches my perspective and it brings my gratitude up. Once you bring your gratitude up, your energy flow comes up too, right? So, gratitude. I entered the room of gratitude. Once I entered that room of gratitude, boom, energy started flowing up. Before you know it, the day was over and I wasn't even tired anymore. So, these are little tricks, like little things that we could always be grounded in, right? Not letting your fatigue, your tiredness overtake your body and, performing to your fullest expansion, right? We don't want to let that happen. And to not let that happen is by being mindful of the times that we were broke, those hard times where we had to, we couldn't even make ends meet, right? And I shout out to God for putting me through these times, because it gave me a different drive. It gave me a different perspective. It changed my character. It kept me humble. It helped me to strive more. It helped me gain a burning desire to keep pushing further, right? And I just want to share that with you guys, because I know if it helped me, it could definitely help you guys too. But there's gonna be times where we're gonna feel fatigued, where we're gonna feel tired, where we're not gonna want to push forward, but we gotta still push forward, even when we're tired, even when we're heavy laden, right? Burdened down, right? Cast them onto the Lord, and just we gotta keep running the race. We gotta keep running, right? And then you know what helps? It's just remembering those times. Like, honestly, I remember my why, my son, right? And my why, right? My why, my son, and the times that I was actually broke, right? And that gives me so much energy to keep pushing forward, because it's no fun. It's no fun when you're down to your last dollar. It's not fun, right? And you got bills coming up. You gotta eat. I remember, not to bring it up, but like, it's serious, right? But it's not to dwell in the past. It's not to stay. It's just to understand that you can use what you went through to push you forward. That's all I'm trying to give value to, right? That's all I'm trying to make you aware of, right? And with this awareness is going to actually help you to keep pushing forward, and not go back into that funk, into that old mindset where you cause yourself to go backwards and call out of work and not show up or say something crazy, and then you got to start the whole process all over from square one. So this is a video just to keep you pushing forward when you feel tired and kind of weak and heavy laden and burdened down. We all grow and go through it, but God is right there to pick you up, strengthen you, and to actually keep you from falling and pushing you forward. And for my people, that are striving and keep pushing, and you're still pushing forward, but sometimes you take that fall. I encourage you guys to get back up, right? I'm not perfect. I fall too, but you know what? I got to get back up. And sometimes it's hard getting back up. But I'd rather suffer the pain of discipline than to suffer the pain of regret, right? Because we all got to pay that price. Either you're going to pay the price of discipline, or you're going to pay the price of regret, right? And it all boils on your decisions and your choices, right? Remember, when you fall and you keep digging that deep ditch, right, it's going to be harder for you to get out. But if you stay with the discipline, you don't got to dig that ditch to get out, right? You stay with the discipline and you get back in line to where you need to be, and you rise higher, right? So stay strong, keep pushing, right? I want to leave you guys with this. And I want to ask that, I want to leave you guys with this, right? If you don't understand the importance of what you went through, right? If you don't understand the importance of what you went through to get where you're at right now, God will make you revisit those phases again, right? If you didn't learn from you going through the hard times when you was broke and you was struggling, God will make you revisit that phase again, so you can understand what it is that you need to do to move forward, and the hunger that you need to obtain the success that you want, right? Every day we got to consistently be striving and pushing the needle forward, right? We got to keep pushing, right? And it's no days off, right? It's like life doesn't care how you feel, right? Life is life. Life is going to do what it do. And we got to be strong for the storms, for the trials, tribulations, the problems, the circumstances, right? We got to be ready for it, right? We got to be ready to execute, right? And a good way to get ready is to actually stay close to God, stay in the Word, right? Feed your spirit. Make sure your spirit is strong, because when trials and tribulations come, you're gonna need your spirit of God to get you through that. And if your spirit ain't strong, you don't want to fold. You don't want to fumble, right? That's why you got to strengthen your spirit so you could know how to deal with life, right? When life hits, right? And yeah, just want to leave you guys with that. And I want to take a few minutes now and pray over you guys and ask that God could, you know, help you be more aware of the things that we need to improve on, right? The things that we need to improve on, and to actually keep us humble, and to know that, you know, He took us out of being broke. He gave us better jobs, right? And we got to be grateful for those better jobs, and know that when we start to feel like, you know, it's getting boring, or we're just tired, or people are getting on our nerves, we just got to remember those times where we were broke. We got to remember those times when we were broke, right? And to humble us, and just to let that elevate us, right? Boost our energy, and to keep working harder, right? With that being said, it's your boy Crazy Faith the God on the way out. Hope you guys have a blessed and amazing Monday. Nothing but love. Remember, you matter. Let's become 1% better each and every single day. Let's get it. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.